Hi again, everyone. I hope you are having a really happy Friday. You've made it to the end of the week and it's that time again. So let's get comfortable and settle in for our story today, Cheesemares. Okay. Chapter 1. Ah! Ah! Hal screamed. Chapter 2. Another Cheesemare. Was it another bad dream? Asked Hal's mum. A nightmare, asked Hal's dad with a yawn. No, said Hal. He picked up his pad and pencil. It was another Cheesemare. You will just have to stop eating cheese before bed, snapped Hal's dad, as he and Hal's mum stumbled back to their room. You're becoming obsessed. It was true. Hal had been sure for weeks that there must be a link between his cheesy snacks and the nightmares he kept having. Wow, it looks like Hal has been doing some investigating. Hal first spotted the link the night he ate some smelly French cheese and had a horrible dream about vampires with poisonous cowboy boots. He began to try different cheeses to find out what happened. Edam gave him nightmares of pork pies with teeth hiding in the U-bend of the loo. Danish blue cheese woke Hal with a start from a dream of great big green grannies. Cheddar made him dream of kittens with 16 eyes. Gorgonzola made him see electric newsreaders with skin-melting farts. Hal tried to forget what he saw after a few small bites of Stilton. Hal sat down with a thump in front of his Cheesemares wall. This can't go on, he said to Rufus, who wasn't really listening. Tomorrow I'm going to solve the case of the Cheesemares once and for all. Chapter 3. Where to start? Today I'm going to solve the case of the Cheesemares once and for all, Hal said to his mum as he scoffed down his bran flakes. That's nice, dear, said Hal's mum and patted his head. Hal figured that it could take a while to solve the case of the Cheesemares. He packed some snacks in his pocket, pulled on some sturdy boots, and took a jumper in case it got chilly. He packed his case files into a backpack and went downstairs. His mum stood at the front door. She had Hal's Captain Calamity lunchbox and Rufus's lead in her hands. Here's some lunch in case you get hungry, she said. And take Rufus. He's fat and needs more walks. Once Hal was outside, he wasn't too sure where to start. He took one of the labels he had collected from the different cheeses out of his backpack. Where to start, he said to himself. Shop, growled Rufus. I know, said Hal. We'll start at the cheese shop. Chapter 4. The Trail. Hal tied Rufus up outside the cheese shop. Most of the time, Rufus wasn't happy about not being allowed into shops, but he didn't mind with the cheese shop. The smell was horrific. Hal took one last gasp of fresh air and went in. Good morning, Mr. Halloumi, said Hal. Good morning, Hal, smiled Mr. Halloumi. Mr. Halloumi had seen a lot of Hal over the last month. And what cheese can I tempt you with today, my friend? Asked Mr. Halloumi as he wiped some feta off his apron. No cheese today, said Hal. I need to solve the case of the Cheesemares. He handed a pile of labels from his backpack to Mr. Halloumi. All of these cheeses give me terrible nightmares, and I want to find out why. Oh dear, said Mr. Halloumi. That's no good at all. Let me have a look at these." He shuffled through the labels, then went off to the back shop. Hal sniffed some Stilton while he waited. After a while, Mr. Halloumi came back through. "I'm sorry, I can't solve the case of the Cheesemares for you, Hal," he said. "But I can tell you one thing. All these cheeses came from the same factory." He held out an order form which said, "Contessa von Udderstein's, not at all evil, House of Cheese. Lovely cheeses for the kiddies." "This could be the lead I'm after," said Hal, as he untied Rufus's lead. "But where do we go next?" "Airport," said Rufus. All right, we might leave it at chapter 5. I wonder what they're going to find at the airport. Okay, tune in next week for our next instalment of Cheesemares. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Bye for now.